Autistic Self-Advocate by Super Train Station H. Me. I approach the community for belonging and friends, and they say, as non-disabled gatekeepers, we deny you admittance. They say, have a trained professional examine you, then we'll listen. And when I show them my papers, they say, that just proves you game the system. I respond, of course I have challenges. Why else would I be diagnosed in the first place? And they say, you doctor shopped and thus committed disability blackface. Considering my allowance couldn't buy me a Thomas the Tank Engine tape, the idea that I doctor shopped at age 6 seems kind of strange. They say, as autism moms, we protect our kids by pelting you with scorn. But I was diagnosed before some of these moms were even born. They say my impairments are recent inventions of TikTok, but I was led by experts to learn keyboarding on a black and white Macintosh. Manuals written 30 years back say I meet the criteria, but they claim me being disabled is an erroneous new idea. They explain that their kids are level 3 out of 3, the most severe, but then say level 1 being recognized at all is extreme and weird. They join hands with high-functioning autistics diagnosed in the 70s, but cast similarly disabled young adults as their children's enemies. They say those like me aren't disabled, but just slightly quirky, and that my diagnosis is a violent absurdity, and that because I look normal but needed aids and assistance, they say I've stolen from their disabled kids. I describe myself as my doctors did, using clinically defined terms, and they say I'm appropriating other struggles and seeking attention I don't deserve. Clinicians made observations of repeated movements and hand flapping, but they say only disabled children have that, so that grown man is clearly acting. I worked with a therapist so I'd, between words, not puff my cheeks, only for them to say, he can't be disabled, look how well he speaks. Why did he get therapy when our kids are on waiting lists for weeks? They say my happy feel-good story is a myth in need of busting. But when I discuss my difficulties, they say, don't listen to or trust him. Autistic people killed by cops and parents are featured on the news, and they point to me and say, this is all because of you. They complain, how much worse can this biased censorship against us get? When all I said was, I'm an autistic self-advocate. Thanks for watching.